The launch lineup of Xbox Series X was dealt a absolute major blow today as Microsoft and 343 announced that Halo Infinite will no longer be a launch game but is delayed till 2021. There's a lot here to talk about, so let's get into it. What is going on, everybody? It's Randall Thor19, the man with the million, back again with another video. Hope everyone's having a great day. I know a lot of you probably aren't with the news about Halo getting delayed, but if you guys could do me a big favor, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share this video out on social media. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the support. Halo Infinite was set to be the launch game for the Xbox Series X, the reason you needed to jump in the next generation with ray tracing and 120 frames for multiplayer. Microsoft was setting it up so that it was going to be very similar to launching the original Xbox with Halo Combat Evolved and how it kind of changed the video game industry for first-person shooters and multiplayer, and they were hoping to kind of rekindle that with launching Halo Infinite day one with the Xbox Series X. But of course, reality got in the way of the situation, and now Halo Infinite has been delayed till 2021. There's some good here for sure, but there's also some bad, and we're going to discuss both of those. But before I tell you why I think this is good and also bad, let me just read this message from Chris Lee, the studio head of 343, regarding the delay so we get everything out in the open. He says that today I want to share an important Halo Infinite development update with the community. We have made the difficult decision to shift our release to 2021 to ensure the team has adequate time to deliver a Halo game experience that meets our vision. The decision to shift our release is the result of multiple factors that have contributed to development challenges, including the ongoing COVID-related impacts affecting us all this year. I want to acknowledge the hard work from our team at 343 Industries who have remained committed to making a great game and finding solutions to development challenges. However, it is not sustainable for the well-being of our team or the overall success of the game to ship it this holiday. We know that this will be disappointing to many of you, and we all share in that sentiment. The passion and support the community has shown over the years has been incredible and inspiring. We wanted nothing more than to play our game with the community this holiday. The extra time will let us finish the critical work necessary to deliver the most ambitious Halo game ever at the quality we know our fans expect. Thank you for your support and understanding. So there you have it, straight from 343, the reason they had to delay Halo Infinite to 2021. And personally, I am pretty disappointed about the move, although I completely understand why they had to do it. I was really looking forward to playing Halo Infinite on my Series X. It was the game I was looking forward to the most the rest of the year. Halo is my favorite franchise, and I wanted to see it return to its glory, where everybody is excited about playing Halo, and it looks and plays amazing on the Xbox Series X. And surely after the showcase on July 23rd, while it surely looked like it played amazing, it didn't actually inspire confidence about what that game could do on Xbox Series X, as most people were not impressed about what Halo Infinite was doing. And with the way the game presented itself during the game showcase, with Craig the lovable brute and his textureless skin being the star of the show, with texture pop-in ranging from really close with the grass to mountains in the distance, it didn't really impress, and there was a lot of people that wondered if Halo Infinite was having some sort of trouble development, because for a game that was set to launch in 5 months, it certainly didn't seem like the game was ready to. Now, 343 said in their statement that ongoing COVID-related impacts really affected the game, and I think that is pretty much true, because behind the scenes I had heard that once 343 shifted to at-home development, work almost came to a standstill. 343 Industries wasn't equipped to build that big of a game from home, and they had to bring in many different developers from all across Xbox Game Studios to get this game ready for the launch of Series X. But unfortunately, they just ran out of time. And instead of launching the games in a horrible state that probably would have impacted reviews as well as player enjoyment, I could see the game launching with not as many multiplayer modes or not as many maps as it should, or the campaign not being as complete because they had to cut corners to get ready for launch. And since Halo Infinite is a platform, they would have just said, you know what, we'll fix it later, we just need it available for launch. They made the very tough tough call to delay the game to 2021, leaving Xbox Series X with a huge glaring problem. So while I mentioned I was disappointed I won't get to play Halo Infinite this holiday, I am happy that they realize they need more time to make Halo great again, because it really would concern me after everything we've seen from Halo Infinite, and I've heard behind the scenes that they would have just said, you know what, screw it, we need this game out for launch no matter what, because we can just fix it later. It fills me with a bit of confidence that Microsoft and 343 chose the quality of the game over its business interests. Let's be honest here, Halo Infinite was going to be the draw for Series X. Without it being there, there's a gaping hole in the launch lineup for Xbox Series X where people might look at it now and be like, you know what, I can afford to get Series X next year. And beyond that, it's also damaging to Xbox Game Pass. 343 spent 5 years on this game. It was basically Xbox's biggest project ever, and it was going to be the biggest game launching day one of the Game Pass. It was going to entice so many people to sign up for the service across Xbox consoles and Game Pass on PC, and now you lose that completely. So there's tons of business reasons to launch Halo Infinite with the system, not to mention all the external partners that 343 and Halo have teamed up with for the launch of this game. I know Monster Energy Drink has been promoting Halo for the end of the year, and that whole thing is probably ruined at this point, as well as the Mega Bloks Halo Infinite toy set that are supposed to launch October and November. Now the game's not even coming out until sometime next year, so all those partnerships are essentially damaged as well. But make no mistake about it, the game needed this delay, and it's better off for it. Halo has been on decline ever since Bungie left. 343 has never gotten the formula correct, where they absolutely nailed both the single player and the multiplayer. Halo 4 single player was pretty good, the multiplayer was absolutely horrible. Halo 5 Guardians single player absolutely horrible, multiplayer one of the best. And while Halo as a franchise has seen some sort of resurgence this year with the Master Chief Collection launching on PC and people anticipating the launch of Halo Infinite, they needed to absolutely nail this for the long-term viability of Halo as a franchise. You could not afford to release another subpar Halo game at the launch of this system, because it would have turned people completely off of the franchise, and if it was a subpar product in the seas of Fortnites and PUBGs and Call of Duties and Apex Legends and Rainbow Six Siege, it basically would have been forgotten about in a couple months, and that's no good for anybody. So while this was much needed for Halo Infinite, this is a absolutely massive blow for the Xbox Series X. Now there is an absolute huge gaping hole in the launch lineup of the new console, and nothing can fill its void. With Halo Infinite getting delayed to next year, I'm not even sure if Xbox Game Studios has a game launching with the new console. It's almost very reminiscent of the launch of the Xbox One X in 2017, and when Microsoft didn't have any first-party titles launch with that system. Gears Tactics might be launching with the Series X, but that's from an external partner, and it already launched earlier this year on PC. I can't think of any single first-party studio that's launching a game this holiday with the system, so Microsoft is going to rely on third-party games and power to sell the console. Sure, we're going to have games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dirt 5, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Watch Dogs Legions, and Cyberpunk release on Series X and probably play the best, but those games can also essentially be played on the Xbox One, not to mention the PS5 as well as the PS4. And there's some smaller exclusives launching in the Game Pass and the system day one, like the Medium, Scorn, and Tetris Effect, but I don't think anybody is buying a Series X to play those games. And of course, there's backwards compatibility, thousands of games launching with the system, updates to Destiny 2, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5, but I don't think people are really buying Series X to have their older games updated. They want the new experience, and Halo Infinite was supposed to be the showcase of everything Series X can do, and the reason you got the system day one. Hey, at least look on the bright side. At least Xbox has a big game for 2021, because we speculated after the Xbox Game Showcase, when Microsoft revealed Fable and Avowed and State of Decay 3 and Forza Motorsport, among many others, that a lot of these next-generation Xbox games wouldn't even come till 2022, and there was a chance that the release schedule for 2021 was going to be extremely light. Well, now that Halo Infinite has been pushed into that time frame, whether it comes out in March or whether it's a full year delay to November of next year, at least there's a huge Xbox game to look forward to. So while I agree 100% with the decision to delay Halo Infinite to give it all the time it needs for Halo to become great again instead of a subpar experience, it really does expose the launch lineup of Series X and puts it in a very bad light. And because of that barren launch lineup, a lot of people probably no longer think of Xbox Series X as a must-have product and will be fine waiting until Halo Infinite launches in 2021 to pick up the console, if ever. Anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on this whole Halo Infinite getting delayed. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Is it good? Is it bad? Make make sure to sound off. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Share this out on social media or tell a friend about the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell if you always want to be notified immediately whenever I drop a new video. If you want to take it a step further and support the channel even more, make sure you hit the join button where you'll get access to channel badges and emotes for the Xbox 2 podcast. I want to thank each and every one of you guys who take the time out of your day to watch my videos. It means a lot to me. I am so grateful for all your support. Thank you guys, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later.